Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Anyssa and today we are doing the Disney tag. Alright, so if you don't know what the Disney tag is already, basically it's like the Disney version of 20 questions. So I found some questions that I'm going to answer, and since there were so many questions, I kind of narrowed it down to what I wanted to answer, so I'll put that in the description if any of you would like to do this video. But there were still a lot, so I decided to break them up into categories. So the first category we're going to go through is questions about the Disney parks, and I have my phone here, so I'll be looking down at that for the questions. So let's just get into it, I guess. Okay, so the first question is Walt Disney World or Disneyland? And so I would have to say Disneyland. I grew up going to Disneyland. I absolutely love it there, and I'm fortunate enough to live really close now. I've never been to Disney World, unfortunately. I'd love to go, hopefully soon. Once everything is safe and everyone can travel, I'd love to go there really soon. Okay, so the next question is, what type of Disney item do you collect the most? So if you saw my last video, you probably already know the answer, but I have accumulated a very large collection of ears. I love my Disney ears. They're so much fun. Disney always comes out with new ears, and there are so many small shops that also have beautiful ears. So before I knew it, I had a huge collection, and I just love them and I wear them all the time. Next question. Do you have a favorite pair of Mickey ears? I would have to say the millennial pink ear. Yeah, millennial pink ears. I almost said millennium because I watch way too much Star Wars. But yeah, they're like the light pink sequin ears that I wore in my last video, my ear collection video. Favorite land in the park? So this was a hard question for me because I love Disneyland altogether. So I think I would have to say it's a tie between New Orleans Square and Fantasyland. I feel like New Orleans Square is just so intricate and so immersive. I absolutely love being in that part of the park. Some of my favorite rides are in that part of the park. Some of my favorite foods are in that part of the park. And it's just so much fun to explore. I feel like there's always something new to look at, and I love their holiday decorations as well. And so that would have to be tied with Fantasyland because I just love being in Fantasyland, especially in the morning. It's so pretty and cute, and you never know what characters you're gonna run into, and I just love it. It's so much fun. So next question, what is your favorite attraction / ride at the parks? So I would have to say my favorite is Pirates of the Caribbean because I love the rides that tell a story. I love all of the dark rides, but I think Pirates is just a really fun one because there's lots of storytelling elements, but also some thrill elements with the drops, and I really love it. Okay, who's the park character you have to visit every time you go to Disneyland? If you follow me on Instagram, you probably would know already, but I absolutely love visiting Goofy at the parks. He's just so sweet, and I always get so many wonderful photos, and I have lots and lots of wonderful memories with him, and he is just so much fun to meet, and I have to every single time I go to the parks. What is your favorite restaurant at the park? Okay, this was also a hard one because I love all of the food at the parks. I eat way too much of it, but I would have to say Rancho. I had to write it down because I can never remember the name of it. Rancho del Zocalo. It's the Mexican-inspired restaurant in between Fantasyland and Frontierland. I love their food, especially their guacamole. It's just amazing. I cannot wait to eat there as soon as Disneyland opens. That's the first place I'm going. what is your favorite snack to get at the park? So I had a really hard time answering this question because there are sweet snacks and also savory snacks. So I decided to just answer for both. So for my savory snack, I would have to say the pickles. They're usually sold at like the little carts and stands outside. They are just my favorite thing in the world. Pickles are probably like my favorite food in the world just in general. And the ones at Disneyland are perfect. They're a sour like dill pickle. I don't like sweet pickles, so they're excellent. It's like my favorite pickle ever. And then my my favorite sweet treat or snack, I guess, is the Pixar Pier Frosty Parfait. It's basically like a blue icy and lemon soft serve, kind of like a Dole Whip, and it comes like really pretty. I'll try to insert a picture if I can find one, but it's just like it's red or it's blue and yellow, and then there's a red cherry on top, and it looks like the Luxo ball because it's on Pixar Pier, and I just love it. Basically any frozen treat at Disneyland is my favorite, but I think if I really had to think about it, that's my absolute favorite. Let's see. What attraction are you most likely to go on when you first enter the park? So I really like to go in the park early in the morning because it's just really pretty and it's not as crowded and you can do a lot of things without feeling rushed. So I actually like to go straight to Fantasyland. I like to walk right through the castle after the ropes drop, and it's always so pretty, and I love to go straight to the carousel and just take like a nice little ride. It's super peaceful and relaxing and I love it. So I would have to say that would be the first ride that I went on, and then I would go on all of the other Fantasyland rides after that. Let's see, what's next? What's your favorite parade at the parks? So another hard one because I love the parades at the parks. I think if I really thought about it, I would have to say my favorite is the electrical parade. I know that it's an older parade, but I just love it. I think it's so much fun. I love the characters in it. I love the costumes. I love the choreography. Just everything about it is so cute, and it's really special to me because I used to watch it on a VHS tape at home when I didn't live really close to the parks, and I would watch it all the time, and I just love seeing it in person after watching it on a VHS for so long. And so that would have to be my favorite. But my second favorite would have to be Soundsational. I love it and I miss it every day, and everything about that was so perfect. If I could have one thing come back to Disneyland that has left, it would have to be the Soundsational parade. But anyway. Oh, what is your favorite show at the parks? Again, I love the shows. They're all so much fun, but I would have to say my favorite is Mickey and the Magical Map because I just love the story behind it. Mickey is like an apprentice and he's learning all of the secrets of the map, and basically he goes on this really cool adventure and he goes to different places that are on the map, and he meets all sorts of fun characters, and there's lots of singing and dancing, and it really is just like the most wonderful show. I love it. I can't wait to see it again. I miss it. I think I'll watch it today on YouTube because now that I'm thinking about it, I actually really want to watch it again. One thing you wish you could add to the parks. So if you know me, I have been talking about how Tiana and just the Princess and the Frog movie needs its own attraction or ride or something. I've been talking about it forever, and so I'm so excited that they're retheming Splash Mountain. And I really feel like there could not be a better location or ride or concept story. I'm just so excited for that. So long story short, a Princess and the Frog attraction would be what I would add. So I'm kind of getting what I wanted, but I think I really like the princess movies, so another attraction based on a princess movie would be really fun, and I think would be a good addition to the parks. Let's see. Oh, one thing you wish you could add to a specific land at the parks. I think I'm not alone in saying that I would add more characters or entertainment or live entertainment into Star Wars Land, Galaxy's Edge. I really love that part of the park, and I want to meet all of the really cool like aliens and people that are in all of the movies and shows. I feel like there are so many amazing characters in the Star Wars universe that it would be really, really cool to incorporate them more into the land. So fingers crossed. Let's see. And then my favorite memory at the parks. This is a really hard one because I really love Disneyland and I love every trip that I take. Truly, like, every time I go to the park, I swear it's the best trip I've ever been on. It's the best visit I've ever had. So I think just any time I can go to the parks is kind of my favorite. But one really cool thing I did a couple months ago was I woke up really, really early in the morning to go on Rise of the Resistance, the newest ride in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And I just woke up really early with my mom so we could make a reservation for the ride, and we got it. We waited almost all day for it because the ride kept breaking down, but when we finally got in, the ride went perfectly. It didn't break down. Everything ran smoothly, and it was hands down the best ride. Like, so amazing. I'm a really big Star Wars fan, so I couldn't think of anything more amazing. I just absolutely love it, and I've only been on it twice, but it's just so much fun. I can't wait to go again. And wow, we answered all of the parks questions. So our next category would be movies. So the first question is, what is your favorite Disney movie? All of them. No, but I think Beauty and the Beast would have to be like my all-time favorite Disney movie. But some other favorites, I had to write them down because I was having a really hard time narrowing it down, so I just wrote down my faves. Beauty and the Beast, Princess and the Frog, Cinderella, and Sleeping Beauty are like my top movies right now. I just love them all. I love the princess movies. I have an Ariel phone case. Well, I guess The Little Mermaid should probably be on that list too. But yeah, I just love the princess movies, and I think they're so much fun, and I loved them when I was little, and I still do now, so, you know. My favorite Pixar movie. I would have to say my favorite Pixar movie is Ratatouille. I know it's kind of underrated. I feel like it doesn't get the hype it deserves. I love the setting, I love the animation style, I love the story, and I love like how inspirational Remy is. He's just so cute, and he has such big dreams, and even though he like is doubted by everyone around him, he still goes after them, and he still makes his dreams come true. And I think it's such a cute movie, and it's so like, it's just so fun, and the music is great. I love it. Okay, favorite underrated Disney movie. For this one, I would have to go with Hercules. It's just like, it's such a good movie, and the music is amazing. It's probably one of my favorite like movie soundtracks, and I don't understand why it's not as popular as other movies, because it's so unique, it's so different, and it just like, it really stands out to me. I watch it all the time. I love it. I feel like it should have more presence in the parks. I don't know why, but I really love it. The first Disney movie you remember seeing in the theaters. I think if I really think about it, there are definitely movies that I saw before this movie, but the first movie I remember seeing in theaters is Frozen, the original Frozen movie. And I remember sitting in the theater, and there weren't really any trailers that told you what was going to happen in the movie. Like, everything was very vague. So I remember sitting in the theater, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this. I don't even know what it's about. And I just absolutely loved it. I loved all the twists and turns. it's still a movie that I absolutely love. It is just, I love it. I love it so, so much. So that would have to be the first movie I like vividly remember seeing in the theaters. Let's see. Next question. What's the saddest moment for you in a Disney film? Man, I would have to say the part in Up at the end of the Married Life song when Ellie like falls when she's walking up the hill. That is so sad. It makes me cry every time. Yeah, wow, I wasn't prepared for it the first time I watched the movie at all. Like, I was just shocked. I was like, how could this happen? Why? But yeah, really sad. What's your favorite iconic moment in a Disney movie? For this one, I would have to say when Cinderella's dress transforms into like her blue dress that she wears to the ball. I just love that scene. I watch Cinderella all the time, and like every time I watch that particular part, it's just as amazing as the first time. So beautiful, so magical. And I just love that like in that moment she's so happy, and like all of the stuff that she went through is just like not even an issue, and she just gets to have her moment. I love that. Okay, next question. If you could if you could live in any world from a Disney movie, which would you choose? I think I would have to go with Arendelle, because I just think it is so beautiful. In all of the Frozen movies and shorts, I just absolutely love it. I love all of their clothing, and I love that it snows, but it also is warm, and I just think it would be a really nice place to live. You could like build a snowman, eat lots of chocolate, you know, lots of fun stuff. I feel like it would be the best place to live. Okay. If you could choose the plot or an adaptation for the next Disney movie, what would you choose? I think I would probably do a Princess and the Frog sequel, because I really feel like the end of the movie that they put out is very much the beginning of Tiana's story. Like at the end of the movie, she just opens her restaurant. So I would love to see a movie where she got to run her restaurant, where like her and Naveen got to have all these fun adventures, and Louis could play, and I feel like it'd be so fun. I think it would also do really well as a TV series, kind of like Tangled the series. I think that would be really fun. But yeah, I really want to see more Princess and the Frog. Like a movie or a show or something. Give me more Princess and the Frog. And then another movie that I would love to see is an official movie for Elena, Princess Elena. She has a show called Elena of Avalor, but I feel like a lot of people don't watch the show because it's on Disney Junior and it's kind of a kid show. It's still really fun and I really like it. I just feel like if she had a movie, then people would really just like know her and recognize her, and I would love for her to have a movie so that she was more popular, because she's really cool and really strong and independent, and I love her. I could make a whole video about how much I love Elena, but you know. What are my favorite Disney soundtracks? Oof. I think when I think of a soundtrack, I want it to be like I like every song on the soundtrack. So I have to go with Beauty and the Beast because it's classic, it's amazing, I love it. Tarzan, because Phil Collins just hit it out of the park. Can we talk about it? Like, I love that album. The whole thing is amazing. Princess and the Frog, again, amazing. Great at telling the story of what's happening. Really catchy, very different from different Disney movies. I love it so much. It's just excellent. And then also Hercules, because it's great. Like, I could never listen to a Hercules song and not sing along. truly. All right, and then the last section of questions is characters. So, first question, who is your favorite Disney princess? This feels almost impossible to answer. I really love every single Disney princess that there is. I love the princesses. They are my favorite ever since I was little. I love them. I had every single princess dress. I wore them everywhere. If it was actually to Disneyland or the grocery store, I was wearing a princess dress all the time. But I chose a top 4, which was so hard. But, okay, I went with Belle because I just love how sassy and smart she is. She's so independent and I just love that. Tiana because she is such a hard worker. I love her. I really wish that I was like her. She is so amazing. Ariel because she's just like so sweet and nice, and she goes on so many adventures and she really goes after what she wants, which is something I really admire. And then lastly, even though she's not technically a princess, Elsa. When Frozen came out, I just fell in love with Elsa. I feel like everyone was so obsessed with Anna, and like I love her too, obviously, but Elsa is just, she's so quiet and she's so shy, and like I really relate to that. But she also is like learning how to be herself and learning how to accept herself and share who she is with the world, and like that's something I really want to do, and I feel like I can really look up to Elsa. And so those are my top 4, but I love them all. I would actually love to do a video where I rank the different Disney princesses, because I feel like that would be really interesting and I just have a lot of opinions. So, you know, let me know if you want to see that video because I feel like it'd be really fun. Let's see. Favorite Disney character that's not a princess? That's really hard because there are just so many Disney characters, but when I was looking at the questions, the first animal I thought of was Judy Hopps, because she's just really determined and smart, and she doesn't let anybody tell her that she can't do something. She always goes after what she wants. And I love that. She's so strong and independent, but also so kind and understanding, and I just really love her. I also really love Zootopia. I'd love for there to be a Zootopia sequel as well, because I just love it. But anyway, Judy Hopps. Favorite Pixar character? Remy, because I love Ratatouille. He's so underrated. Okay, sorry, my camera stopped recording. Favorite Pixar character? I would have to go with Remy because he is just so amazing and talented, and I don't know, there's just something about him. He's so witty and so smart, and he cooks really great food. I'd love to try his ratatouille, obviously. I'd love to try anything that he makes. He's just amazing. He should really have a restaurant on Pixar Pier. I'm just saying. Let's see, favorite Disney villain. I would have to go with Hans from Frozen. I did not see that coming. When I first watched Frozen in the theater, I loved the song Love is an Open Door. It was so much fun. I absolutely loved it. And I did not see that coming, for him to be the villain. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen Frozen. But he was so unexpected. And every time I watch Frozen, like, I'm still, up until that very last point, I'm like, maybe he's a good guy, but then at the very last second, I'm like, nah. And then Anna punches him in the face, which is always funny. But, yeah. Okay. Which Disney princess has the best sidekick? Had to think about this one a lot, because there are some really great sidekicks, and I really do love them all. But I would have to go with Anna and Elsa because I just love Olaf. He's so cute. He is so sweet. He's so clueless and so funny. I just love him. And I'd love to like eat some chocolate with him, hang out with him, talk about summer, you know, all the good stuff. Now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like Frozen should definitely be or I should have definitely said that Frozen was one of my favorite Disney movies. So, you know, we'll throw that in there too. And then the last question, which I thought was really cute, was if you could say anything to Walt Disney right now, what would it be? And I think I would just say thank you, because I love the parks and I love the movies, and I can't imagine my life without Disney. It's just such a happy like part of my life that I really couldn't imagine what the world would be like without Disney. So thank you. Alright, so those are all of the questions I have today for the Disney tag. If you want to do this video, make sure you check out the questions. I put them in the description below so you guys can do it as well. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any of my new videos. And if you're new here, my name is Anyssa, and I will see you all next time. Bye!